Generosity, it's something that we need on our spiritual path. It's one of the prerequisites. The others that normally I do mention, and Tanatra Mahaprabhu doesn't mention so often, is respect and gratitude. Respect and gratitude is much more a value in the Thai society than in the Western society. Who do we respect? We respect ourselves, and that's all what we respect. When we come from the West, we do not respect our parents, we do not respect our worldly teachers, we do not respect the spiritual teachers because we all think that we are cleverer than them. We just learn from them for the time being, and then, But in other terms, we are better than them. And that's why I stress it. It's a prerequisite for our practice, to have respect. And then it starts with the respect for our parents. 15 years or 16 years of their lives, they put up with us, to educate us, to form a human being that is able to live alone in the society. 15 years, 16 years, they put up with us. Sometimes even 20 years. And sometimes they put us through our studies as well. Only 20, 24 years. And they work just for us. And we don't have the slightest form of respect for them, especially when we come from the West. We see them, they are just a cow that shits money. And when it's empty, we are going to get angry. If they don't give us anything anymore, we are going to get angry. And then we think it is our right, and then we go in front of the jury and ask them, they have to give us this, or they have to give us that. It's our right, They are our parents, We have to inherit this, or we have to inherit that, or they should do this or should do that. That is our respect for our parents that we show in the West. Every spoonful of food they gave us, for every glass of water they gave us to drink, that's where we should have respect for them. What they did is what they did in the best senses. They wanted to give us they wanted to make our life, for most of them, they wanted to make our life, the life of the children, better than their own lives. That was their intention. But of course, they have kilesas like we do have kilesas. So who are we to judge them? But everything that they did wrong onto us, we are going to grudge against them. We hold grudge against them. And that's our respect. That is our gratitude. And that is, of course, that does not work in the world of Dhamma. That doesn't work in the spiritual world. Generosity, gratitude, respect. That are prerequisites before we even can start our practice of Sila, Samadhi and Panya. And generosity is a very good practice. If we cannot let go of material things, how much more difficult this is to let go of our own views and opinions. We cling to them much more than our material wealth. So if we cannot let go of our material wealth, or if we cannot let go of our possessions, how can we let go of the things that we believe that are us? And we have to. The Lord Buddha teaches us all these things that we encounter are anatta, are not me, are not myself. They do not belong to us. Let's get rid of them. That's the teaching of anatta. Feelings, memories, thoughts, association, consciousness, and the body are all things that are anatta. They do not belong to us. They are not of us. They are not of self. We can see them, or something can observe them. We can observe Vedana. So who is this Who is the one who observes these things? Who is the one who knows that the thought comes in? Who is the one who can differentiate between a thought and a memory? Can the memory differentiate between a thought and a memory? Can a feeling differentiate between a feeling and a thought or a consciousness? So there must be some sort of thing or some sort of entity, that is behind that is watching that movie. So the things that we watch on the screen, are they us? Next time when you go in a movie, you just look at it. Is this you? Are the colors that are displayed on the screen, is that you? Just because they form a human being, because they form, a male or a female, this type of person or that type of person, is it me? Just because I like that person on the screen, is it me? Just because I hate this person, is it me? Just think about very clearly. The things that aren't to be known in our path of practice are not me, are not mine, do not belong to me. They're really anatta. And anicca as well. Are feelings constant? Ask yourself, are feelings constant? They never disappear, or? That would be bad, or that would be good. If there would be one constant feeling from the time of our birth to the death, it would be bad if it's an unpleasant feeling, and it would be great. It would be a pleasant feeling. But how often do they change? Just look 5 minutes. How often do they change? This moment I'm happy, the next moment I'm unhappy. It constantly changes. Feelings changes. Thoughts. Do you have the same thought for the rest of your life? Do the thoughts change? Not. It's very easy to observe that all the things are anicca, are impermanent. Arise and cease, arise and cease. Consciousness itself arises and ceases as well. And the first time we see consciousness ceasing is when we actually enter Appana-samadhi. Because consciousness has to cease. There's no consciousness anymore. So then we cannot be conscious of this universe anymore. It's completely blank. All the 5 khandhas. All the 5 khandhas have to cease in the state of Appana-samadhi. And what is left there? But go and see for yourself what is left there. Look. Something is left. So why do you worry about all these feelings that come into the mind? Why do you worry about all these thoughts that come into mind? If they are going anywhere. Why do you attach yourself so much to these things? Why do you attach yourself to the body? Why do you attach yourself to feelings? Why do you attach yourself to thoughts and memories and so on? And even consciousness. They all go. They're just sailing out on the boat, to the open sea, and we never see them again. Once they're gone, we are happy. As long as we see them, we so much long for them. When we see our body sailing away, we want the next one. And that's why we are born, reborn, all the time. Birth and death, birth and death, birth and death. And when we are born, there will be dukkha. Will it be lots of dukkha when we are born down in the lower realms? It will be less dukkha when we are born in the higher realms. But there will be always dukkha accompanying us. Dukkha is dissatisfaction. It's not only suffering. Suffering is a bad translation of the word dukkha. Dissatisfaction, uncomfortable feelings, that's all dukkha. It can be pain, of course, pain is a dissatisfactory feeling. So, and these are the 3 principles. that govern this universe. Anicca, anatta, dukkha, impermanence, arising and ceasing. Everything around us is arising and ceasing. So why do we attach to these things? It's just like this. It's just the same principle. Why do we attach to a movie when we are in the movie? We do attach to it, It doesn't matter if the movie is in a movie house or if the movie is on the screen of our computer. And it's the same way, we attach to music. We know it's outside. We like it. Everything is happening outside. Everything is happening when we close our eyes. Everything is happening on our inner screen, and when we open our eyes, everything is happening on our outer screen. The kings and the ministers always come, as the last persons. The higher our social status, the later we can come. Isn't that's clear, isn't it? Well, last time it was the women. So generosity, we've seen it, it is born into the Thai people. We don't, in the West we need a reminder for generosity, so we need a leaflet that tells us, please be generous, please be generous. And then if we don't find a cause why we should be generous, we are not generous. We need a reason. Generosity doesn't have a reason. Generosity is the act of giving. That's generosity. And the act of giving is born in our heart. We don't need a reason for that. And generosity has 3 fruits. The first fruit, when we think about being generous, it makes us happy. The second fruit, the moment we give something, makes us happy. And the third fruit, the moment it comes back to us, makes us happy. So there's nothing more having more value in the world than being generous. But we always need a reason. No, this beggar, he doesn't deserve the money. Or that person, if he works, he can support himself. That is not generous. Now, when you go as a bhikkhu, of course the generosity in Thailand is mostly for the bhikkhus. But it's also for the royalty. When the princess comes, people offer their money. Just she comes by, and people give her 20 baht or 100 baht or something like that.
They give the princess?
Yes, on the king. Well, because they want to be generous.
But they're so rich.
It doesn't matter. The monks are rich as well, They want to give.
You mean, because I didn't know, they give the princess. Oh.
Well, just listen.
Oh, yeah, I'm so surprised.
Well, I'm talking about generosity, and of course we are surprised the moment we see it. And then people who haven't seen these things, when it happens in the outer sala, when there are thousands of people are coming and giving. Yesterday it was. No, but some people don't know. It shows us this generosity. So when you are on Tudong as a monk, and you are going through a village, and the people ask you, you come tomorrow. You come to food. You come for Pindabad. We want to give you something. It's not that you ask for something. It's just that they want to give, and that is generosity. There's no reason behind it. They just want to give. They have the urge of giving, even if it's little. So that is generosity. Not, there are people starving in Africa. Just give them money, Of course, Then even in the West, we think, oh, well, maybe, we should, We should give €1 or 10 euros, huh? That's the reason that we use in the West. We need reasons for being generous. The generosity is just generosity, the act of giving, the wanting to give. Because, a worthless place like that, why should we give? Everything is free anyway. We come here, we listen to Dhamma for free, we get food for free, we get everything for free. So it has no value. So we look down on it. When we go and pay for a course, for a meditation course, and I have to pay about $300 or 300 euros, I don't know what, then we put our effort in, because we want our money worth. So, now think about me, I want my pay, you sit here, I sit here for free. You don't give me any pay, I do want my pay, No, don't think just because it's free, it's worthless. Don't think just because it's free you don't have to put in your effort. And that is my pay, your effort. Your effort that you put into your meditation, your effort to come either to attain to Upachara Samadhi or Appana Samadhi or to gain some wisdom. That is the pay, and I expect that from you. I expect that you put every fiber of your determination and effort in your practice when you are here. I just don't want to sit around here and just say things in the air without any value. I just don't want to waste my energy. So when you come here, you put your effort, you put your determination in the practice. That's what I want. That's my pay. If I see you, just daydreaming along, that is not my pay. And I give up, and sometimes, I'm really on the verge of giving up. And I see some of you, daydreaming, yeah. Oh yeah, just a little bit, sleeping 8 or 9 or 10 hours. What's the use, Sometimes people are curious when they ask, what is the cost of this meditation? I said, it's all your effort and determination. Their opinion. There's no worldly cost in that sense. But that's what I expect, I just don't want people, just hanging around, having a good time, reading or listening to whatever they want. And if they're bored, going out into town, buying this and buying that. You wouldn't do that if you have to pay for that cost $600. Would you go? No. Here? Yes. It's a boring. It doesn't matter anyway, does it? It's for free anyway. If I come or if I come not, it doesn't matter. Think about it very carefully. I put my effort, I put my energy in trying to show you the path of practice. And then I do expect that you pay me back. that you put some effort and determination in your practice. Then you're not just daydreaming, or trying to kill time. That's what most of the people doing, killing time. Going to the internet and killing their time. Or going into a game hall, and killing their time. Or in a pub, killing their time. Or going to a movie or concert or whatever, no matter if it's art or not art. Any kind of thing is killing time. And that's what we do 90% of the time, killing our time. Why do we kill our time? We think it's so worthless, our time? No, that's why we kill it. Get rid of it, so that the next day comes, and then we kill the next day, and then the next day until we die, and then we are, oh wow, why did I kill all my time? I could have used it better. So give me my pay, I do expect it. Put your effort and determination to get in the stages of samadhi or in the training of samadhi to get at least to upachara samadhi. If not, to apana samadhi, to the deep state of samadhi, where all these 5 khandhas that we were talking about before will disappear, where you see these are anatta. They are not me, they are not mine. We believe every thought that we have, that is me, that is mine. We believe every opinion that we have, that is me, that is mine. Every feeling, I say, I'm sick, I put, I attach to that feeling of sickness. Instead of saying there is sickness, or there is feeling, or there's a thought, or there's a memory. Just like we do it in a movie, there's a person, there's a gangster, or there's a good person. All these things are anatta. They do not belong to me. They are not myself. So give me my pay, get into upachara samadhi or apana samadhi. Or develop the wisdom. Investigate the body. Investigate the body to the fullest. Get some really deep insight. We see the body, in your own body floating in front of you, or burning up, or dying. And will you understand that process? Now the process, of the elements of the body. Or the understanding that, that we are actually running around, with a bag of shit that we are controlling to walk along the path. Unsip it, and see it. See the blood, the pus, and the shit that is inside of this bag of skin. Take a sipper, so you can easily sip it up and see it. No, we don't. We don't want it. Just don't disillusion me. Just don't disillusion me. That reminds me of a story. There was in the States, in a meditation center, they invited one of the Thai forest monks to give a course, a 3-week course. And the teachers there, or the organizers there, or the ones who own this facility. When this Thai forest monk came, they said, now you can teach about everything except asubha. Except the loathsomeness of the body. You can teach about everything else than asubha. But it happened that this teacher, this Thai forest monk, was an arahant. So he said, well, if they don't want me to teach asubha, then the next 3 weeks are just one topic, asubha. The loathsomeness and the ugliness of the body. And you can imagine how pissed the organizers of this retreat were. They never didn't want to have any contact with this monk anymore. And they never invited him in again. Because he was just doing that, what he felt was utmost necessary, what he felt that was always left out in the West. That's what he talked about. And he talked about every day. For them to make it clearly, to make a deep impression of how necessary this kind of practice is. Because all our life, and I said it over and over again, all our life we are running for the beautiful things, for the pleasant sensation. And we never are willing to put up with the unpleasant sensation. And in the West, just please do not disillusion me. Give me enlightenment, but don't disillusion me. And that is just contradictory in itself. When it said, that we live through avijja, we live in an illusion, we have to be disillusioned. So it's not possible not to be disillusioned, not to be disappointed. It has the same sort of connotation, this being disappointed and being disillusioned. So, we have to get ready to get disappointed by what we see. We have to get ready to get disillusioned. Now, the easiest way, if we could do that, if I could do that for you. With a computer, you can easily do it. When you just watch the most interesting movie or listen to the most interesting song on the computer, there's a switch. You can make a switch in the background, and then suddenly the screen switches to 0 and 1s. And I don't know how long you're going to listen to that 0 and 1s. You turn it off pretty quickly. Because there's no meaning behind that 0 and 1s. If you just watch the interesting movie, and the screen flashes and all, it shows the patterns of 0 and 1s, on and off. And the next time you turn on the computer, it's the same thing. And after a while, you won't turn on that computer again anymore. Because you're just not interested in this. And that same thing happens when we investigate the 5 khandhas. It's nothing more. It's just a combination. Whatever we experience, whatever our life is about, whatever this universe is about, it's just nothing else than a combination of these 5 khandhas. And that's why we have to completely comprehend them, completely understand each khandha in itself. If we do not, then we live in this mixture, we live in this illusion. And we're going to live in this illusion for the rest of our lives if we don't do that. So the understanding of the 5 khandhas is essential for our enlightenment, if we talk about enlightenment. Not to be attached to these 5 khandhas anymore. But all what you want is pleasant feelings. And you don't want the unpleasant feelings. All you want is pleasant thoughts. You don't want the unpleasant thoughts. All you want is pleasant memories. You don't want the unpleasant memories. But they come hand in hand, If you want the pleasant, the unpleasant comes with it. It's just like a coin, You have a dollar coin. You have a head and a tail. You want the dollar, yeah? But you only want the head, It's not possible. It's impossible. People only want to go to heaven. But if there's heaven, there must be hell. It's just the opposite. That's the principle of duality. If we want one thing, then we get the other thing, just as the backside of the coin. Just comes with it. So we do have to understand. We do have to understand the principle. So we have to understand the principle of the computer. It's pretty easy. We just go into the hardware and see what is happening. Now what you see is gates are open and gates are closed. You can see it as a highway of electricity or of a highway of water. You know? Open the gate, you know. The more you open the gates, the more water flushes down. The more you close it, the lesser. And in the end, there's a decoder, you know, gives meaning to it. And where's our decoder? That gives meaning to it. We get a pleasant feeling, we get a thought, you combine it, you know, and then suddenly we are in a depressed mood. Or, you know, in a happy mood. And it's a pleasant feeling. When it's an unpleasant feeling, we're depressed. That's our decoder. It combines these two things. It combines thoughts with feeling. And it makes something out of it. And what does it make out of it? It makes a symbol out of it. I'm depressed. Depression. Or makes a symbol out of it. I'm in love. It's a word. It's a symbol. It's a word. And we live on words. We manipulate. Now, in the beginning there were few words. Now there are lots of words. So how the words are increasing, constantly increasing. And from words, you know, from two different words we create a new word. So we live in a world of symbols. We do not live in reality. We just live in our imaginations. Now get down from your ivory tower, huh? Let's go back down to the ground and see what is really happening. And all what is really happening is in the terms of the five khandhas. There's a bodily feeling. There's a mental feeling. There's a thought. There's a memory. That's all what is happening, and that is extremely boring to watch. We want the meaning out of it. We want our decoder or encoder. That gives us a meaning. Oh, that is love, you know. Now what I have to do, you know. And then we are going from one meta level to the other. And only in terms of practice, we have to go down, not up. What does that mean? That's our investigation. What does it mean? What is the meaning of love? What is the meaning of hate? What does it mean? Damn it. Get down to, you know, what is it? How much percentage of feeling is in there? How much percentage of thought is there? How much percentage of memory is in that word or in that symbol? And if you observe, if you have one time, our mind is very still, and we can only observe these things. There's a peace and calmness around it. If there's no decoder, you know, and that gives meaning to these things. And this thing is mostly sanya, memory and association. It picks up immediately. We hear a sound and immediately the chicken comes out. See? That, you know, you only get the output of the decoder. You don't get the input. And you believe it. Huh? I get down, yeah. How do we get down? To get mindful. Get sati, you know. Be aware of what is happening. Be aware of what thought comes in. Be aware of the memory comes in. Be aware of the feeling that is associated with it. Be aware of it, how it all produces. Be aware of that blender that blends all these five khandhas into one thing. You know what a blender does? You put different fruits in it, you know, and it blends it to one color and one taste. Damn it, you don't know. If you put fruits and vegetables, it blends it also to one color and one taste. And that is the function of sanya. That's the most trickiest, in combination with sankhara, in combination with thought. And it's so fast, it's as fast as 400 kilometers an hour. And we are at the moment, we are still watching our train passing by at 400 kilometers an hour. What do we see? One color. Boop, boop, by. Gone. So get up to the speed of the train, the things happening. And that, of course, needs a lot of sati. Sati. Be aware of what is going on. Don't daydream. And sleeping 10 hours doesn't help us with our practice. Sleeping 6 hours doesn't help us with our practice. Sleeping 3 hours, yeah. Then it starts, then we are going to start to wake up, huh? If we do that for a while, oh, my friend is coming. If we do that for a while, then we're going to start to wake up. But of course, it's much more comfortable to sleep. The moment we wake up, we put our head on the other side of the pillow. And sleep again. And we do it again. We wake up the second time and the third time, and we turn around again. Because sleep is so nice. Isn't it? And you're sleeping. Then I said, something I said last time, wake up, huh? And for one moment, just for one moment, wake up. See this alertness of the mind that it has the enormous power to be completely awake. Just for a moment, you won't forget that moment. To be completely aware, to completely awake, even if it's only happening for a moment. Huh? Wake up, and then you understand the meaning of waking up. And now, sleeping, doing this, drinking that, sleeping. That's so comfortable. Our life is so comfortable. We made it all out. Even if we go to this monastery that is pretty harsh in living condition, because there's hardly any luxury items here, we still can make it comfortable after a while. We do have our tea or coffee, or we do have these sweets, that we gather all along. And so we feel, yes. Well, if it's your choice, okay. It's your choice. Either to wake up or to sleep. If you like to sleep, just sleep. But then don't waste your time here. There are better places to sleep. You have more comfortable beds. You can sleep longer. So investigation of the body. Once our mind gets into upachara samadhi, into access samadhi as it's called in English. And when you come now, start with the investigation of the body. If it's the outer parts of the body, it's fine. Get to know them. Unzip the skin and see what is inside. See really what is inside. Or do another example. Or just chop up that body. While you're sitting there, chop it up, put it in front of you. And see it. You can put it nicely out, there are the toes, there are the legs, there's the foot, there's the legs, you can put it in a row. Or you can just toss it on a heap. Every part of the body. Toss it out there, and look at it. The moment it's out there, it's not here anymore. There's a difference. Get to know it, get to understand what is this concept of body. That is something that we have to understand. It's one of the prerequisites that we have to understand that the car and the driver are not one and the same thing. So is it that the chitta and the body are not one and the same thing? We still believe it because we were born in this body and we will die in this body. That's why we believe the chitta and the body is one and the same thing. Get out of it. With the car and the driver, everybody understands it. But just imagine a person who is born in the car, and then he dies in his car. He will think that he is a car. Of course. Because he has never been out of there. So he can't see the difference. He can't see the difference between the car and the driver. So can't he see the difference between the chitta and the body? So get out of it. Get the body. Do it by whatever means. Take a saw, saw it up into little bits and pieces and then just chop it up. Take an axe or chop it up. Or, severe it where it's easily being severe. Or for people who hardly get any feelings of the body, a raw saw is a nice thing. The moment you imagine, the saw touching that, there will be something running down your spine. And then it shows you're doing it correctly. If you're just playing around, there's no feeling associated with it. Put everything in front of you until there's nothing left on the seat of meditation. And all the parts of the body are out there. And once all the parts of the body are really out there, then there will be a moment where the chitta in the body separates for a second or millisecond. And this kind of understanding we do need. It will just separate out, because it sees there's just a lump or a heap of body parts, but there's no body anymore. So it cannot associate with the body. In that moment, that insight comes. But we have to work it up until that insight really sticks. And this kind of insight is needed for stream entry. That is the separation of the chitta from the body. That kind of insight is needed for stream entry. It's the third fetter. That we believe the chitta and the body are one and the same thing. The other two fetters are doubt. It's one of the fetters. And doubt for the Westerners is, it's not an easy fetter to get across. Doubt that there is heaven, doubt that there is hell, doubt that there is nibbana, doubt there is good karma and bad karma. And that everything that happens right now is the result of our karma that we have done in the past. We are so easily to blame others. We are so easily to blame our teachers just because we are not able to do it. He's wrong, not I'm wrong. And that's also a form of doubt. And the other fetter, for some of the people, it's also difficult. But for most of the people who are coming here, it's okay. It's a fetter of sila, of constantly fondling with the moral precepts, with the 5 precepts. Today I take them, and tomorrow I don't take them. The day after I take them. Or just this moment, I just want this, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Does it? No. And that Kilesa say, no, it doesn't matter. Go ahead, You can do it not only one time, you can do it 100 times. It really doesn't matter. But Dhamma says, every time matters. And that is the fondling with the precepts. And it is one of the fetters. And if we can loosen up all these 3 fetters, the fetters of doubt, the fetters of fondling with the moral precepts, and the fetter of chitta and the body are one and the same thing. And then at least we can enter the stream. And entering the stream, that means we are going out of the cycle of samsara vata. We are never stuck there forever. At least within 7 lives, we will make it out to Nibbana. Because that stream will take us to Nibbana. That's why it's called stream entry. And we don't fall into the lower realms anymore. We're not born as an animal or fall in the ghost realms or in the hell realms. But it takes these 3 fetters, and these are difficult. There's a lot of work to do. And there's a lot of attention to be paid. Attention and awareness to be paid to our daily life. And don't even think. That's the way the kilesas think. You can't make it. I can't make it. I don't have the parami. I don't have the merit to do it. If you think it, get out. It's useless. None will be here. If you can train your chitta, then you can do it. The chitta can do whatever it wants to do. You proved it in the world. If it wants to be a soldier, it can be a soldier. If it wants to be an engineer, it can be an engineer. Huh? You don't doubt that. The chitta can do whatever it wants to do. If we put all our determination effort in the job, we can do it. Now it's so difficult. That's why we can't do it. That's the only reason behind it. Laziness is the only reason behind it, because we can't do it. Because we just want to turn around a second time on our sleeping pillow. That's why we can't do it. It's not because our chitta is not able to do it. Our chitta can travel into space. It can travel into all these realms of existence if it wants to. But of course, the practice is not easy. It takes us 20 years of extreme training to do that, if you have never trained it before. So, who's willing to put up, even people are not willing to put up 2 or 3 months here. Just with a little bit of practice, you're getting into samadhi. How are they going to put up with 20 years of practice? You should have been a gold digger in your last life, trying to get gold for 40 years, under the most extreme conditions. The moment you woke up, you didn't follow, wanted gold. So you woke up and you got your body going until the body fell asleep, fell over. You slept. You didn't care about the food as long as you had something in the stomach. But here, you in the monastery, you care about everything. Oh, I don't have enough sleep. I don't have enough food. I don't have enough this. I don't have enough that. If we are gold diggers, but we are not digging for worldly gold, we are digging for our spiritual gold. That is hidden under a lot of shit. 10 meters or 1,000 meters, doesn't matter, if you start now, digging now, you will get through it. And the more you dig, the faster you get there. So where's the problem? I don't understand, where's the problem? Go ahead and dig, if you dig a hole, if you dig it at the same place, you will get a hole. If you continue digging. Now dig. Dig in the 3 fetters. Eliminate them. Dig into doubt, don't let doubt anyway come up. Never, ever. Don't let it come up. Don't let it come up that that you're going against the 5 precepts. Don't even let the thought coming up. Banish this thought from your mind. And see it, and do the example, it is actually in the suttas. When the Lord Buddha teaches his disciples, to dismantle a car into its bits and pieces. And then you ask, where's the car? There are nuts, there are bolts, there are blanks. But where's the car? And you do the same thing with the body. Where's the body? You have a toe, you have a nail, you have a thing, you have this or you have that. But you have no body. And the moment, you do that realistically, the chitta will understand. It's different from that heap of flesh or meat or whatever you call it. Or pus or blood or bones or things like that. And these are all the 3 things that you need. At least then you can take a break. I don't mind if you take a break after 2 months. But before that, there is no time for break. Do you want to go to hell? If you don't, I don't mind. Everybody, does what he wants to do. If you want to make sure, if that is something, you have on your mind, and you don't know how long you're going to live. Don't think, just because you're 30 that you're going to live for the next 50 years. Your life might end in 5 years, so you don't have time. Don't think that you have time. Your life might just end within the next 5 or 6 years. Boop, gone. Don't think, I'll do that later. Yeah? Now I'll have some fun. Get the work done and have the fun later. Yeah? Actually, that's quite German. First the work and then the fun. That's a German attitude. I think maybe the Japanese do have the same thing. Yeah? That's a good attitude. Yeah? So do the work first, and have the fun later. Yeah? And the work is stream entry. It's not a great stage, but it's a first stage out. You still have a lot of dukkha, you still have 100% of greed and hate. All the sense pleasures are still there, working completely to the fullest. So a stream entry, there's no problem. He can get married and raise a family. And actually he will be a good father or a good mother. Because he understands. He understands the principle of anatta and anicca and dukkha. Because he sees them. The moment he enters the streams, he sees Nibbana. He understands that. With his just seeing and experience Nibbana for a millisecond, it will change his life. That's why it's called stream entry. And then you can take a rest. But before you can't take a rest. Well, if you want. So. But don't waste my time. And pay me back. I want to see my pain. If you're going to stick around much more longer, I want to see my pain. So put your effort and determination in it. You just don't think, because everything is free, it's just a worthless shit. It has the highest value. That's the only reason why we don't ask, because nobody could afford to pay for that. Not even the richest man in the world could afford to pay here for 1 day of Dhamma training. So, and with this I end the talk.